Well, here we go for another conversation about homophobia in the black community. So let's get into it. So, if you don't know who I am, first off, my name is PJ Eugene, and today we're going to be talking about NLE Choppa and his situation because people are saying that he was too hesitant when Carisha asked him, "Are you bisexual? Is you LGBTQ? Because your gun pink." So, let's first off watch the video so we can have a better context of what's going on.
Are you bisexual?
Um, no,
No.
but it's plenty of respect for those who is. But me personally, I just feel like I love women. I love women when it comes to intimacy. I love them extremely. I love women. I love all people though. I love bisexual males. I love gay males. I don't mind them. They don't do anything to discomfort my space. But when it comes to my preference, when I'm laying that law down, women.
Okay.
Laying that loud
So how do you
down.
feel about having like a big gay following? Because I know you do gay pride events.
Yeah, I'm appreciative of it. I'm appreciative of it because at the end of the day, I feel like we are taught to not show love to people because they walk a different life. Who taught that shit? Who taught who taught that people supposed to show hate in any instance? God don't do that. God is love. What the hell is we showing hate for? He would never.
You know what's so insane about this clip? Um,
Are you
let's
bisexual?
just let's just okay. So what's so insane about this clip is I feel like NLA Choppa is demonstrating more God like behavior than a lot of Christians. Because what he said, like I mean, I'm gonna discuss everything in the video that he said, but one thing that really stuck out to me is when he said God wouldn't want us to be going around hating each other because we walk different styles of life. That's so insane because literally, like if you walk into a lot of churches, especially a lot of churches that is built by us, we love to boast around as if it's a clique, unfortunately. So I thought what he said with that was really cool. But one main talking point that I really wanted to get into is how we as a black community, we're so forced and so used to showing hate to members of the LGBT community, which it never makes sense to me because how can you show so much hate? Y'all, we chant around Black Lives Matter. We want to go around talking about how all these lives matter in our community, but then a certain subsection of Black lives don't matter that much. Does that not remind you of a certain group of people who does the same thing to us? And that'd be just mind blowing to me. I'm just like, how can we sit up and be so comfortable showing the same hate that's showed to us as a whole as the black community? Which is so crazy to me. We're so used to showing that hate. We're so used to showing up for people in our community in negative ways. It's such a oxymoron. But then what's so funny is you have NLE Choppa, and I really don't see the hesitation. I think when I'm gonna tell you this tip somebody gave me in college. Somebody told me in college that if you ever wanted to sound smart and sound sure, don't talk fast. Which like took me by a puzzle because I'm thinking if you talk fast, you got a lot of ideas going on in your head. You got it all together in your head, which necessarily isn't always true. But when you kind of like slow down and you kind of take your time when speaking, you're giving yourself to have a fluid thought process. And I feel like people are jumping at him because he didn't say what they wanted to hear as quick as, he said it. He said, "No, I'm not bisexual." He said, "But I love all people. I love the people that love me." And let's talk about his big gay following because he definitely has one. But it's been conversations talking about like, is it due to pandering or is it truly due to him being an ally? And I think it's a little bit of both because it's been times I've been on Twitter. I'm like, NLE, what you doing? Like, you know, the girls are not, and when I say the girls, I mean the girls the girls, the women are not checking for pictures like this. We are. Even when he like kind of like, I think I saw a picture of him showing his side profile. You saw his little thumper. I'm just like, the girls aren't looking at that. The girls are, and if you know, you know. So, but the thing is, I don't think that it's pandering at all. I just think that when you are so secure and you are so down with who you are, you can literally explore. And I feel like, how can we sit up and say, oh, because he does certain things that the average straight black man does not do, that he's pandering? When I have literally witnessed white men who are friends that, if you would think that they have husbands, with the way that they play around, the way that they like make jokes, all of it is gay. All of it is gay. And they're never questioned. So it makes me think like, why in our community are we always questioning our black men, all because they didn't speak fast enough to answer a question like this? Like, I can go on and on about my experience about dealing with straight black men and their aggression towards people like me in my community, but we'll be here all night and I ain't got that kind of time. And plus, it's just a negative thought process. But I think that we're so used to like a response, like people wanted him to say, oh hell no, I don't mess with that, da, 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 da. But he is real cool about it because there's no need to do all that. And I'm gonna use this analogy. I said I wasn't gonna bring this up. He said in a video, I don't know if it was in the actual video we just watched. No, it wasn't. It was like on a tweet. But what he said, gays don't cause me discomfort. And that got me thinking. That got me thinking a lot. People, things, activities, TV shows that I have no interest in, I don't care about. And I talk about this on my TikTok channel a lot. But I talk about how we will literally show so much interest to things that we have no interest in. Like for me, people can never tempt me like in my early 20s with sugar. Because, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Because I had no desire or interest to get involved. And plus I always felt like this. Let me just be 100. I was like, everybody can be out here doing whatever they want to do, but watch me try it to do it one time. I'm going to be the example. That's always been my thought process. So I was too scared. Even if I wanted to try some things, it's always been that thought process. Like, I'll be the example. It's going to be me. I'm going to be the one that OD. I'm going to be the one that fall out. I'm going to be the one that faint. I'm going to be the one that have it. No, I'm just not going to do it. But that's always been my thought process on why I never wanted to do it. But then on the flip side, I just never had any interest. So I can't show up for that conversation because I'm genuinely not interested. Which makes me think, like, when straight black men get so involved in these conversations and just men's business who are other sexualities, it makes me wonder, why are you so interested? Why do you want to be here so bad? It's just like me, like when I go live on TikTok, let's say I got my shirt off over the summer, I was working out hard. I'm back to it now. Over the summer I was working out hard, body for days, and I would just be on TikTok, just be showing my abs. I would just be on TikTok, and even if I'm not showing my abs, I'm just like being me and my personality. And obviously, I'm clockable. Like I'm never gonna hide my sexuality or my personality for nobody because I worked too hard to be the person who I am today. So I'll be damned if I hide it for you. However, what I find so interesting is that like dudes will come onto my post and it always be dudes. Like say if the live is going real, real well, it always be the dudes that want to comment in my comment section. Oh, this is just a disgrace. This is why the black man is being emasculated, and this is what grown black men are doing. Mind you, it's just me chilling. It's literally just me, like having a ball, being myself. Like I got so much backlash. I wish I had some pictures of me when I got on TikTok live and I had my Halloween costume on. And all these straight men was just attacking me. But the thing is, they were attacking me, but at the same time, they wouldn't leave the live. And I kept telling them, hold on. I kept telling them, like, why are you here? Why won't you leave this live if you don't like what you see? Like I'll be on live, and mind you, I was buffed up. I had my abs out. And it's just so amazing to see so many straight black men come into my comment section, bash me, call me everything but a child of God, but then won't leave the live. You have some interest in what you're looking at, sir. And that's the thing I can't take with NLE is because like he clearly answered the question. He didn't stutter. He didn't trip over his words. He was very clear about what he likes and what he dislikes, what he's comfortable with, like what. And I'm trying to figure out where was the hesitation. I just think that he was very eloquently spoken. He took his time to speak, and he didn't jump. Because I feel like let me just be honest. Because when other celebrities are asked the very same question, they talk out of fear of being canceled. You know, but and the only reason why we're having this conversation is because of homophobia. Let's just be 100%. Like I scream this to the top of my lungs when I be on TikTok. I'm like, so many things. It's a creator right now on TikTok. He's a black gay male from my city, and he panders so hard to the straight black homophobic community, and he reaches those that already have a preconceived notion about us. And he says triggering things, and he says things that it's you just like the regular homophobe. And like I said, our community is already spread it out with just homophobia and hate. So him saying these things is going to get an automatic coin, and I be having to clock these creators on TikTok, not like checking them, but more so clocking what they're doing because I be thinking like, do y'all really feel this way about in real life, or are you just saying this for rage bait, or are you just saying this to get a quick view? Views is money now. Views is monetization. But NLA Choppa, I think that he spoke so. I'm gonna just play the video one more time. So I'm trying to figure out where the hesitation is. Let's rewatch it.
Are you bisexual?
Um, no,
No.
but it's plenty of respect for those who is. But me personally, I just feel like I love women. I love women when it comes to intimacy.
You see how he's being very clear, very demure, very cutesy. He's being clear. He says, and I love how he's enunciating this. He says, "I love all people, but when it comes to intimacy, this is what I like." Again, where is the? I'm confused on where the
I
hesitation
love
is.
them extremely. I love women. I love all people though. I love bisexual males. I love gay males. I don't mind them. They don't do anything to discomfort my space.
They don't do anything to discomfort my space because I'm secure in who I am, and I know who I am, and nothing about them makes me want to change who I am. It makes you think about some things. I made a viral video maybe like 2 years ago about how to really tell if a man. It was one of my first few viral videos on TikTok, and I just said in the video, I said, you really want to know if a man is down low and if a man really watch how he reacts to other gay people. Watch how he reacts because the homophobia is right there. You can clock it because, like I said in the video, you shouldn't be bothered by things that you're not interested in. You shouldn't be bothered in things that you know for sure are not a threat to you, are not of any interest. It'd be the ones that are low key curious, low key want to talk to, low key want to, because they're trying to mask something and and the thing is, they feel like the whole world is clocking them. Everyone knows my secret. Everyone is, on the verge of knowing my secret. So he pretends and asks me how I know. Please ask me how I know. I will wait for you to ask me how I know because I'm gonna tell you how I know. How I know this to be true is because when I was down low, and when I say down low, I put it in quotes because I really wasn't down low. I was just kind of like in a situation where I couldn't be openly who I am, right? And when I was down low, I remember when I was still learning myself and learning how to, be a certain kind of person, the number one thing I would do to my girlfriend and say to my girlfriend is talk so much mess about other gay people. So she knew. that I ain't interested in that. I ain't even what gay, like like it was never giving that. Like I will make sure she knew. And that's why I can talk about this. I'm just like, I live both sides of the life. I've been on one side of the fence. I've been on the other. I've been on the side where I've been down low, been homophobic, been self-hating, been da da da. And then I've been on the side where I can excuse me, I got a cold. But it's cold season, so please, y'all get over it. But I've been on the side where I had to overcome that. And what helped me do that was like, I asked myself, why do I dislike and hate so many other, people that look and sound like me? It really does check you.
But when it comes to my preference, when I'm laying that law down, women.
Laying
Okay.
that law down.
So how do you feel about having like a big gay following? Because I know you do gay pride events.
Yeah, I'm appreciative of it. I'm appreciative.
And this is where I want to talk more so about the pandering. Now, if you don't know what pandering is basically doing something for a certain group of people that you know that they'll like, knowing that you're not really part of that group. Some people kind of look at it as appropriation, but I mean, I don't know. But this is what I was kind of like hinting at a few minutes ago, is that when an NLE or any like straight man gets on here and they're flashing their butt and they're flashing their body in a certain way, because it's a certain way how that you can flash it, that's going to attract the attention of women versus men. Clock me when I'm talking. So I don't, but the thing is, I can't call it pandering. You know why? I can't call it pandering because if we were to say that he was pandering, then we really couldn't say that he's comfortable. Because why aren't like straight black men allowed to do certain things? Have y'all ever seen them videos of, especially like black women, they'll be talking, if my man does this, he too sassy for me. I even saw a video, I even made a commentary video about it on my TikTok channel. And this girl was like, yeah, I can't date no man who wears an umbrella. And the reasoning behind that was because she was just like, yeah, my my great granddaddy or my granddad didn't use an umbrella. He said that umbrellas is not, for real men. Real men step outside in the rain and you just suffer through it. And then the granddad's son took on the same, thinking. So now she feels like if a man uses an umbrella, it's sassy or it's feminine. And I just be like, straight black men, I feel so bad for y'all because y'all can't do nothing. And I think that it's so amazing to see a person like NLE Choppa who has access to that space. And he really does utilize that access to a space to be an ally. And not only to be an ally, but to speak up and say, we shouldn't be having these hateful conversations about people that never did anything to us. So I think it's very, very interesting that we finally have somebody actually stepping up, having these conversations, and it hits differently when it comes from a straight black man, when they saying different than what everybody else is saying.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like we are taught to not show love to people because they walk a different life. Who taught that shit?
Talk about it. Can I answer that question? Pick me. Pick me. I know who taught it. Religion. Ooh. Ooh. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I saw TikTok today. Listen, I be on TikTok all the time because TikTok is like my new entertainment space, right? But somebody was like, what do you say? And I'm not here to challenge no one's faith or no one's religion. I grew up Christian. I grew up Kojic, to be specific. If you know, you know. And someone was like, so what was God doing during 400 years of, And then I just think about that book that we hold so close and tight, that literally movies are made depicting on how it was used to oppress us. Isn't like a scripture in the Bible saying, slaves, obey your masters? I swear for God. So, yeah, I feel like religion taught us to be that way. I feel like religion, in that book has been reconstructed so many times throughout over the centuries. Like we could be reading, we are reading. I know for a fact that we are reading a modified version. So it's like, why are we like standing so close and bound on a word that's meant to divide us? I'm not saying that everything in the book is like false, but I'm just saying like we take so much of it and we use it to divide ourselves and then like justify. Like I grew up in church. We used to talk about how like you can't be friends with people who live differently than you that are not saved because it's going to taint you, which I understand because that's like a lifelong kindergarten lesson. Like, what's the saying? Like, when you hang out with the losers, you become a loser, but when they hang out with you and you're the winner, that you're not going to change them. That applies here and there, but I feel like if we're going to get biblical and we're going to get, talking about religion, I'm just like, didn't Jesus hang out with all of the, ones that were outcasted, and y'all gonna say, well, Jesus was Jesus and he had all power to, restrain. But I'm just like, well, that doesn't make sense to me because I'm just like, wasn't he put here to live the human experience? But I'm not here to talk about religion. I'm just here to talk about, or to answer the question, just like, who taught that? I just feel like it's a generational curse that we keep passing down, that hate for especially Black LGBTQ members. It's not fun. It's not cool.
Who taught?
And I'm gonna add some more on that. To extend on that, people who grew up Black and LGBTQ, we had to grow up with people, majority of people that were in proximity to us having that mindset of just continually looking at us as like an abomination, as something that should not be, and it was just like always this backhanded way of, being. So I can totally feel that where he coming from.
Taught that people supposed to show hate in any instance.
Yeah.
God don't do that. God is love.
Absolutely. God is supposed to be love. I don't know what he's supposed to be now, but I mean, the way that how people have depicted, it's just like I don't know what it's giving now. Cause child, but I'm just like I said earlier, I'm just happy we have somebody in that space having these conversations. And I am so sorry I have a cold tonight, but I promise you next time I'm on live, I'm going to be better. But what do y'all think about this conversation? What do y'all think about NLE Choppa? Do you feel like he hesitated when he answered the question? Let me know in the comments. And I hope y'all enjoyed the stream today. Y'all have a good rest of your Sunday, okay? Bye.